Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is canvassing. Personally, I tend to use flyers. Now, it's nothing too big, nothing too fancy. And what I'll do is just quickly show you that up to the camera. This is personally what we use to go around the doors. As you can see, we've just got our logo at the top, followed by some very short, brief explanation of who we are and what we do. You don't want too much information on there, because the first thing, if you can imagine you're the householder, when you get that through your door, if you have a lot of information on there, you're probably not going to read it. It might even end up in the bin, so we don't want that. So basically what we've done is informed the potential customer that we're fully licensed and trained and insured, that we use traditional window cleaning methods, and we just basically said at the bottom to call your local friendly window cleaners, myself and my wife's name on there, followed by a landline number and a mobile number and an email address as well. And it also has a find us on Facebook symbol at the bottom. So various means of getting in touch with us. Got a little picture of a squeegee up at the top of there cleaning away. So they know right away what this flyer is, even without actually reading it. They can look at it and go, alright, okay, there's a squeegee on there, self-explanatory, and it says window cleaning. So, you know, they're not having to read through a heap of information to go, what is all this about? You know? So, nice basic presentation idea for a flyer there. You can, obviously, some people like to put on their prices. Personally, I don't like to put on my prices on there, because houses, especially in the UK, can vary quite a bit, especially if people have had extensions put on and all sorts. So I like to, when I'm pricing, actually go up and view the job in person. So I don't have any general pricing on my flyers. It's literally, this is my name, this is my number, I'm a window cleaner, give us a ring or an email. That's all that you really need, to be honest, and leave it with them to decide if that's something that they need. Okay, so that's your flyers there. You can also do, especially it's quite popular in the States, I believe, is things like door hangers. Over here in the UK, it's not so much of a thing here, but it doesn't mean to say that it won't work. But mainly here in the UK, we tend to do things like flyers and door-to-door work. So that's that one. Presentation ideas. Okay, so this is, I'm going to run through with you what I do here, especially in Scotland. You'll have to check in, obviously, the place that you stay, whether this is okay and legal to do. I'm sure it probably is, but I know in some places going up onto people's personal property to go knock on their door might maybe be an issue. But here in the UK, it's not really an issue, so that's fine. So, personally what I do, I go up to their door and I knock on the door. I don't just put the flyer through the door, because I want to be able to chat to the potential customer, get them to kind of know me, and I get to know them, and they get a gist and a feel for who you are, you know. So first thing I do is smile at them. So obviously they don't want someone coming to the door who's quite miserable looking and you know, obviously looks like they can't really be bothered to be there. You want to be enthusiastic and smiling. So very briefly who you are. You don't want to load them down with a heap of information, so don't go into, well, we do this, we provide this, blah 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 blah, because they're going to probably switch off. So the first thing I normally do is get them to interact with me as quickly as possible, because I want to find out more about them. So the first thing I do is say, you know, if it's in the morning, I'll say, good morning, my name is Peter, I'm just asking people a quick question. Have you ever had a professional window cleaner before? And let them answer. So you're getting them engaged right away. You know, you don't want to be bombarding them with all of your, I can do this, I can do that. Although it's obviously fantastic what you can maybe do, right off the bat, they're not going to be probably very interested. So ask them a question, get them to answer it. Once you've got that answer, say to them, well, I'm actually going around today, I'm doing a very special thing. I'm going around, I'm giving everybody a free quotation today, and it only takes 2-3 minutes to do. I have a quick look around the building and give you a price right away, what it would be either to get done once per month, or, you know, if you're in the States, maybe once a year, whatever it is. But just let them know, very quick, very brief, who you are, and ask them a question straight away. That's very important. Get them interacting with you. Otherwise, I've tried the two methods. I've tried the other method of saying, well, I do this, I do that, I come around once a month, da da da. You can tell halfway through your presentation that they've kind of started switching off, or looking at their watch, or, oh, I've left the stove on, I need to go in, bye bye, you know. So That's what I would recommend for your presentations ideas. So just quickly run over that again. So knock on the door, take a breather before you knock on the door if you're quite nervous. Quickly say who you are, ask them a question, have they ever had that service that you're about to provide for them? So whether it's water fed pools, traditional work, pressure washing, gutter cleaning, whatever it is, ask them if they've had it before. And then discuss with them, have a nice conversation with them, get to know them and the things that they've had and had done, and then offer your service. Offer a quick quotation and then leave it with them. Don't try and put them under any pressure at all. Just offer what it is that you do and let them decide. Okay, so the other thing we're going to be talking about is Facebook advertising. Now, we find this quite useful. Facebook advertising lets you target a specific area, age groups, the number of people you want to be able to reach. And the thing I like about it the most is that you're not locked into a contract. Now, personally, we tried using a company, Yell.com, you've probably heard of them, where the first year you're locked into a contract. Now, we gave this a go. It cost us, for basically what we would describe as a VIP package of, I think it was around 3 or 4 different places we would come up in the top search criteria for those places. It cost us about 45 or even maybe a bit more pounds per month to have that service. Now, when we looked on after the year was up, how many clicks that we had, it was shocking. It was actually terrible. People are not using Yell.com for some reason. People are using Facebook. Facebook, obviously, especially if people are at home or they're at their work and they think, oh, I need my windows cleaned, or oh, I need a pressure washer, and they're already on Facebook. So they search Facebook. So we find that Facebook is a fantastic way to advertise. And you can budget, so you can say, well, I only want to spend maybe £20 this week on advertising, or for the month, or whatever it is that you want to do. You can control it, what your budget is per day. And the more money you can chip into your advert, the wider range and the longer period of time that you can use that advert for. But we found that we quite easily get out to more people using Facebook, and it's great. We've got some fantastic customers now through Facebook, some really lovely folks that we've met in our local area thanks to Facebook. So couldn't speak highly enough about Facebook. Okay, so for getting work, we've covered that. Now for commercial work, I tend to do something a little bit different. I do offer them a flyer, but sometimes I actually prefer to offer them a business card. Now, the reason being is because it's something that they can have that's not going to take up a lot of space on their desk. They can have it in their hand or put it in their pocket, because a lot of these obviously places are quite busy. If you're speaking to the main boss, you don't want to hand him something maybe about that size, because he might just end up folding it up and then, you know, either putting it in the bin or whatever gets scrumpled up. Hand him a nice professional business card. Now, before you go into the building, if possible, you could maybe have a quick look around with permission and see how many windows they have, and then put a thing on the back for your quotation. Now, we have a first clean and then our monthly price after that written, well, a space on the back of the card. And we just state there, your quote is based on an initial first clean and then a once per month cleaning service. So that's here in the UK, that's what we provide. So you can amend that depending on where you live. Now it's nice and easy. You can walk in to a commercial building. You're obviously going to come across the reception desk first. So do not, and I stress, do not just hand this to the receptionist and expect to get the job. It's not going to happen. The receptionist will probably do what they call filing, which is put it on the desk in the bin, recycling. Okay, so what you want to do is go in, look quite smart as well. You know, if this applies to all canvassing, whether it's residential or commercial, look quite smart. You don't have to be completely suit and tie, but at least like wear a shirt, some smart trousers and shoes, and have some kind of either maybe a clipboard or a case or something like that with you to keep all your information. But when you go in, just say exactly the same thing that you would say on a residential job, but also ask to speak to the boss or a manager. That's going to be your best bet. So hopefully the receptionist says yes, I'll just go and grab him. If not, then say, well, is there a time I can come back and speak to him? And then just go through with that. So now we've got through to the boss, okay? He comes through. You say, right, I won't take up much of your time. That's the first thing to say, because you don't want him to think, you know, you're going to be there for ages. He might be very busy. So just say, I'm not going to take up much of your time. My name is, whatever your name is, I'm just leaving a little card with my name and number on it. I provide a window cleaning service. Have you ever had a professional window cleaning service for your company before? And then obviously let them answer. And if it's no, then say, well, great. I says, I'm just coming along in this area to offer my service to all the companies in this area. I'd be very happy to provide you with a quote today if you'd like, you know, and then wait for them to answer. So you're always engage with them, always engage with the person and ask them questions, you know, don't just go off in a spiel. Same with the residential, same idea. So we've handed them the card, we've maybe even gone around with them to have a look how many windows that there are, give them the quote. Now, don't give them an exact quote. What I normally do is give a ballpark price because you might get it wrong, okay? Same with residential, I like to give a ballpark price, especially on the first clean, because unless you've done a job that's exactly the same, then you'll obviously know how long it takes. But if it's completely new and you've not done one like it before, it's always better to give a ballpark price. So say between this price and this price, that'll be somewhere in there. Just say what we normally do is we come and do the job for you, we see how long it takes to do, and then we calculate the price for you once we're finished. But it'll be between here and here. But don't make the windows so big that it's going to be, say, between £100 and, say, £400, just say for argument's sake. Try and narrow it down. So say it's somewhere between, you know, 150 to maybe 170 or 180 or £200 maximum. Don't put a huge gap between the two prices because then they don't really know. They're not getting a real idea of what it's going to cost. So try and narrow it down as much as you can to what you think it's going to be worth doing, how long it's going to take and things like that. Okay. So, finally, the next thing. One of these. What we want is the customer information forms. Now, I've also got a video called Canvassing Presentations, so this will go in a bit more in depth of what this is, but this is just all the customer information that you'll need. Print off one of these so you get all the details, then you can input it onto your system. If you do computers, if not, then obviously you can write it down, keep it in your books. So have one of them so you can take all the details down. The other thing that we tend to do as well, every single customer that we have, whether residential or commercial, we hand them one of these. This is basically an information sheet, which is all about our company, some common questions folks tend to ask, so they know exactly where we stand from the offset. So, can the windows be cleaned in the wind and the rain? That's one of the things I go into because it can be an issue. Some people think that, you know, it has to be a beautiful sunny day for you to be able to clean windows, which you and I know is not the case. You know, you can clean windows in most weathers as long as it's not too crazy, you know. Payment methods. So we go into the payment methods here. How long do they have to pay? So I mean, for our company, we allow them up to 14 days. You know, you may allow more or less depending on your company. Can I pay in advance? How often is the service? So everything is covered. Are you fully licensed and insured? Proof can be provided. Can I leave a review? It lets them know that they can leave a review and where to do that. Can I cancel the service? We go into that as well. We just say obviously yes, of course you can. If there's any problems at all though, you know, if you're not happy, then please do get in contact with us. But if it's for any other reason, personal reasons, whatever it is, you can cancel, no problem at all. And if you want to resume in the future, great. So we'll go into that as well. And then finally, right at the bottom, contact information again. Because the amount of times I've come across jobs where they've had a previous window cleaner and they didn't know his name, number, email, anything. So you want to come across as professional as you can. So we also give them one of those. Okay, especially here in the UK, the final thing that we do, or I like to do, is offer one of these, which is a standing order form. Now, the reason we started doing this is to make it a bit easier for customers. So they don't have to try and remember to get money out, they don't have to try and remember to leave maybe cash out for you, or to go online and manually do it themselves. They can fill in this form and then that's it. So, you know, obviously this might not work for our, you know, window cleaning counterparts in the US of A, where it's obviously maybe once a year you're doing it, but especially for repeat jobs, this is really handy. So here in the UK, we like to do things once a month or once every 2 months. So if you can get your customers onto a standing order form, then obviously you know that they're not going to be late with payments. You're guaranteed to get paid every month and everything can run smoothly. Okay, so that's pretty much everything there for you guys about canvassing. So quick recap, when you're knocking on the doors, look smart, be brief, get to the point as quick as you can, get them interacting, ask them questions. Make your flyers look nice and standing out, nice and colourful, so that'd be really, really good. Facebook advertising as well, make sure that when you're going onto there, you're specifying how long you want it to run for, how many people you want to get it out to, and that's basically all about Facebook as well. So hopefully I know it's a lot of information to try and condense into a short video, but any questions at all, please ping us a message in the wee box below, or send us an email through our McKay window cleaning Facebook page. The link is on our front of our channel. On the channel art, you'll see McKay window cleaning. If you click on that, it'll fire you straight through to our McKay window cleaning page. You can fire us through a wee message there if you have any questions at all. But like I say, this is a general sort of overview of how we do things in the UK, but obviously these things may vary depending on where you live. Okay guys, so that's pretty much everything on canvassing. Best thing is just go out there, you'll learn as you go. Practice makes perfect, so just be as confident as you can, nice and brief, and it should work for you. Okay. Right guys, thanks very much again for tuning in. Tune in next week. We're going to be going into upgrading your tools. So we're going to be looking at some basically more fancy kind of tools, things that are going to try and help save a bit of time and also increase safety. So that'll be good as well. Okay guys, so tune in next week for that. Thank you very much again. Remember to like and subscribe and share if you can, and be good. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.